So it was quite shocking, and you know, a lot of the families, the white families, would say this is tradition, this is the way we always had it. And one mother said, why fix something that isn't broke? But it was quite devastating when I was with the black students who were shut out of the white prom. That was the night before the black prom in the same community center.
It's amazing, and you know, we read a report here that as recently as 2013 there was one place in Georgia where there was still a segregated prom. You wrote that the younger generation is what kept you going back.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
Well, I mean, the students that I met, really, they didn't see things the way their parents and grandparents saw things. But some of them that said that they wanted to continue the tradition, I really believed that it was because their parents were putting pressure on them. And that was in fact true. There was such integration in the community. That's why there was a real dissonance having these segregated proms, and all of the students were really integrated in every other way.
I found it very interesting how you said that your experiences were different, you know, going to the dance where the black students were versus the dance where the white students were. Was one side more welcoming, and yeah, was one side more welcoming?
Well, I actually was never allowed into the white prom. I was always kind of kicked out of the white prom because I don't think that they really wanted a light being shown on the fact that they were choosing to segregate them. But I was welcomed with open arms into the black prom.
It was interesting too, and we saw there in the video as well. There was one couple of where there was I think it was a white girl and her black boyfriend.
Yes.
How did that work?
So, well, I had been to several black proms, and there was always one or two mixed couples. And what I found amazing is that in this particular picture, this is Skyla, and she's on the dance floor at the black prom. And the night before, she went to the white prom, but she wasn't allowed to take her boyfriend, who was black, to her white prom.
But she was allowed to go to the black prom.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so now that the proms have been integrated, because that was obviously the impact of your photo essay, what do they say about what things are like and if there still is tension between the two groups?
I mean, there was never tension. That's the thing that was amazing. There was never tension with the kids. The first year that the proms were integrated, they had the best time. It was actually kind of surreal that how has this not been happening all of these years? So the kids, it's the most natural thing for them to have their proms together. So there's really no real tension now.
So a couple of things, I suppose. What impact do you know that the photo essay had on the community, and what feedback have you had from them, the children or the adults?
Well, the photo essay was published in 2009, so at the time there was some outrage, and you know, a lot of the white community was angry with me for exposing something that they wanted to keep, a tradition that they wanted to keep, and I think that the photo essay was a catalyst for them to finally integrate the proms in the following year.
And just quickly, do you know if there are proms that are still segregated in the United States? I mean, the last one we saw, we believe, was 2013 in Georgia, but do you know if that still exists?
So they're happening privately, and I actually thought that this was the last segregated prom in the United States. And then when I found out last year in Wilcox County, I believe, they were having their first integrated prom last year. So in fact, it wasn't. I don't know if there are any other counties that are still segregating their proms, because they keep it under wraps now.